Scotland, a land of rolling heather-clad hills, misty glens and pure, clear water. A land of lush pastures, the natural feed for the cattle and sheep which produce what is arguably Scotland's most famous export, quality Scotch beef and lamb. And the preeminent beef and lamb of Scotland is ScotchPremier, produced in the traditional way by farmers whose skills in livestock breeding and husbandry have been handed down from generation to generation. Scotland has for long been renowned for producing high-quality meat, which, like Scotch whisky and salmon, is exported all over the world. Scotland is the home of the famous Aberdeen Angus breed, and here on Speyside, at Ballandalloch Castle, they have been producing top-quality cattle for 150 years. In more recent times, breeds such as the Charolais, Simmental and Limousin have been introduced to meet modern consumer requirements. But the aim is still the same, quality beef which is unsurpassed for succulence, taste and tenderness. At Aberlour Home Farm on Speyside, Stuart Mackay runs 100 suckler cows, which produce quality beef calves for lowland finishers.
We have one of the best climates for producing quality beef. The scenery, the fresh air, the green lush grass, the smell of whisky. That's the reason why Scotch beef's so good.
One of these lowland finishers is Leslie King, who feeds his cattle in the traditional way, with turnips, hay, silage and homegrown barley. All his cattle go to ScotchPremier, and he is aiming for the quality end of the market to earn premium prices.
We get premiums for these U grades and E grades from ScotchPremier, and it's important to me that we can get these grades to get these premiums, and I think there's nothing better than Scotch beef.
As a farmers' cooperative, ScotchPremier enjoys a unique relationship with farmers, all of whom are shareholders with a real interest in the success of the company. This means lines of communication are short and market messages can be passed back quickly.
When the procurement officer comes, he can tell us what the market's looking for, and we must supply the market demand for what they're looking for. I'm very confident in ScotchPremier.
What does he think is the secret behind the production of quality beef and lamb in Scotland?
I think a lot of it comes from the soil, from the air, from the water. All the minerals and whatever's there, comes out in the flavour of the Scotch beef and lamb. We have some of the best stockmen in the world in Scotland.
ScotchPremier Meat operate two of the most modern meat plants in Scotland, where quality beef and lamb is handled to the highest standards. Both plants are EU and ISO 9002 approved. Stock are handled with the greatest of care in the quiet atmosphere of the lairage and are rested to minimise pre-slaughter stress. Precise temperature control at all stages of processing, including the slow chilling of carcasses during the critical first 12 hours after slaughter, is vital to maintain flavour and texture. Carcasses are matured in the chills for several days to ensure optimum eating quality. In the boning hall, skilled staff produce cuts and joints to meet a variety of customer specifications. Primal cuts are supplied bone in or bone out and are vacuum packed using the latest packaging technology. ScotchPremier's own fleet of distinctive refrigerated vehicles are a familiar sight on roads all over the country and throughout Europe. Not only do ScotchPremier provide the highest quality meat, but the company backs this up with comprehensive point-of-sale material, which is a valuable sales aid to retailers and ensures that ScotchPremier is immediately identifiable in the butcher's shop. Wholesalers like Peter Allen from Coventry supply ScotchPremier beef to many top restaurants and hotels.
We prefer Scotch beef because we get a consistency of quality. In Scotland, they've still got the suckler herd. We need to go to Scotland, where the feed's good, the water's good, and the producers are good.
Increasingly, consumers are demanding traceability and the assurance that the highest standards of welfare and animal husbandry have been adhered to throughout the production process. Here again, Scotch Premier is in the vanguard because of its close relationship with its farmer suppliers. Little wonder, therefore, that top chefs around the world are demanding Scotch Premier to satisfy the palates of discerning diners who are prepared to pay for real quality.
The quality, I've been up there and I've seen, I've drunk the water from the stream, seen the pasture, seen the way they reared, spoke to the stockmen who, from the beginning, the passion is there. These people are doing a brilliant job. Then it goes on to Scotch Premier. I've just got total assurance that when it comes into my kitchen, it's going to be brilliant. It's value for money, the flavour, there's nothing to beat it.
Scotch Premier beef and lamb is produced naturally, as it has been produced for generations on Scotland's lush pastures. The process starts with good breeding to produce quality calves, and ends with careful handling at Scotch Premier's modern meat plants to ensure that the product which reaches the shop counter or restaurant table is wholesome and tender and full of flavour and succulence. More and more consumers throughout the world are beginning to appreciate the superior eating quality of Scotch Premier, the quality brand, from the hills and uplands of Scotland, the traditional home of quality beef and lamb.